Hello and welcome to the Untranslatable podcast. We are coming to you for the very first time, the three of us together in Chomutov. No Harry Potter closet for this episode. So Jared is out of his element, but doing an amazing job, if I can say so myself.
Please do not have a panic attack. It's okay.
That's right. He's staying nice and cool in his crispy new jacket.
Looking fresh.
He's ready to go. And we have a very, very special guest today. He's been on a wonderful hometown episode that was definitely nostalgic, and his name is Don, and we are happy to have him back.
Thanks, guys, for having me. I'm really glad you guys let me just like kind of piggyback on your trip, hang out, and chill with you guys for a few days. But I do want to give one shout out. Oliver Murphy, I appreciate the message. These guys read it. They love it. We'll keep posting. And let us know if you have any recommendations. You can follow them on Instagram and social media, Untranslatable Podcast.
Jared can tell us more.
Yeah. By the way, you really are killing me, Chad.
What can I say?
What were you
Three for three.
I'm not used to the environment, Jared. We're both out of our element here.
Oh, my gosh. Please, though, follow us on Twitter, Untranslatable1, the number 1. But obviously, if you type in Untranslatable Podcast, it'll show up. Because we're the one and only Untranslatable Podcast coming at you. I don't have my drops, everyone, so
I appreciate the effort.
Trying something new here. Instagram, Untranslatable Podcast. Since we've been here in Europe, Berlin was popping.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're in Chomutov. We were in Prague yesterday, going back to Prague. It's been popping. It's almost like we're in some sort of Disney movie walking around here. It's great. And you can also always email us, untranslatablepodcast@gmail.com. Tell us untranslatables, which are funny sayings, idioms, proverbs, weird things your friends and mom say that don't really make any sense, but you know exactly what they mean. Or you can spread some goddamn love and give us 5-star reviews, please, on iTunes and Stitcher. And welcome, Don. It is good to have you here.
Yeah, I'm happy, man. It was nice to see some friendly faces. You guys might not know, but this is my first time in Europe. I was in London yesterday, so kind of excited, a little nervous, but I don't know, hanging out with these guys is always a good time.
Did you have any preconceived notions where you're like, oh, like what were your preconceived notions, and then what are your first impressions?
That is a good one. So one of the things is I really didn't have any expectations.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Good start.
Yeah. I was just like, hey, I'm going to go on vacation. Girlfriend, she has a work rotation in Dublin. And so I was, you know what? I'll try to come over. I'll come out. And made that happen.
Shit.
Yeah. I think she did.
I'm 7 hours away and he's still here somehow.
Yeah. And I'm bringing my family. That's the best part. So
For who?
Well, so I'm tagging along with her. My parents are now tagging along. They're coming out for the last week of the trip. And then my aunt is also coming with them. Our next door neighbor happens to be there right now. And we're all going to hang out. And Alyssa just is in a group chat with us saying she named it Alyssa Can't Escape the Strites.
She's not wrong.
She won't be able to. Definitely won't be able to.
To the original question, exceeded my expectations. I really was hoping for a good train system. They have it. I love the public transit. It's easy around. People are pretty nice. I think the thing I was nervous about most was coming to the Czech.
And being with Jared and I.
Yeah.
That was the most nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Knowing that I really can't speak the language or any other language, which I need to work on. But yeah, and that they could talk shit behind my back in German. So if I was really...
We've only done it like 2 or 3 times, to be fair.
Just a couple. That's right.
And we've only been hanging out for, 36 hours?
Right. I feel like that's a decent ratio. That's not too bad.
Okay, I respect it.
Well, I'll tell you this. I have some preconceived notions.
You do?
I do, yeah. And so it's, I guess it makes sense that you didn't really have any. What are you going to expect? But, I knew this was your first time in Europe. And there are some telltale signs of an American in public.
That's true.
Used to be shoes, but that's not really anything anymore because now white shoes are now trendy.
Oh.
White bulky shoes used to be the number one tell
Your granddad's
like 10
shoe.
years ago. That was the number one tell, but now those are the cool things. But one of the second tells is any place in public, you always can spot an American because they're the loudest.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
And you're, I'm not going to say you're loud, but you have a strong presence.
Your voice carries.
Your presence can be known.
So you're saying I'm not quiet?
You have a strong presence, and I was honestly really nervous to go out in public with you because I was like, are people gonna be like looking at us like those Americans? And I'll say this, I don't think anyone's cared.
No, not really.
But my preconceived notion's right. You are kind of loud. But I think, I'll tell you this, I think if I were in the U.S., I'd be louder too. I think because I've been here before, I'm more sort of, maybe even slightly overly self-conscious of it to the point where I'm like, it seems like sometimes when we're here, we mumble more to each other.
Or we speak German and we whisper, like
That's
you said
true.
while we were in Berlin.
That's true. But that's out of shame, but yeah.
Speak for yourself, buddy. I think you were doing great in Berlin.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I'm really glad you told me this. I don't know. I've only been over here for a little while. I should be quieter. I appreciate maybe the knowledge. Share a little thing about things you should consider.
And you also started in London, where I don't think that stereotype is true.
I wonder what Londoners stereotypes are for Americans. 'Cause we have a
Stupid.
different
Yeah, and it's so different there because like people run to work. They run to work.
What do you mean run?
Like their way to get to their job is they throw like their stuff in a bag that's tight to their body, and they will.
That?
Yeah.
Not as much in America.
Oh, I'm
No,
sure
of
not
course
as
not.
much.
But that's what I like about London. Like
not.
people are running, and I was wearing athleisure wear, as I like to call it.
Nice.
A lot of people were wearing it.
Were you having like conversations with them as you were running about their?
No,
their
I don't run. I was up too early.
But people. I mean, this is the nature of of Europe and the city, though. You also saw more people on bikes, I assume.
Oh yeah.
How was it? I mean, you're also, with your strong presence comes a very sociable presence.
Yeah.
How was it? How was it? Did you? I'm not going to say you could almost write some sort of art of the deal kind of book on this, but what did you notice any like effects to your quote unquote game? You're not picking up chicks, but you know what I mean. Like you're just game with people.
I don't know. So there's just a few things that kind of like I've always been more mature for my age, and so with that I've learned like to have good intros.
Really?
That's what I've been told. People think I'm in my. People think I'm 35, 40 at my work.
Oh,
I
you
don't
look
cra-
old. Yeah, that's true. That's different than mature for your age.
Yeah. But with that, I've just learned to make conversations. So good lead-ins, good just like intros, like to say, hey, how you doing? To really just make some friends. Just listen, pay attention, make them talk.
I noticed you were so sociable. We met a couple guys at Usudu in Prague, which is a fantastic place.
Please check out their Instagram. There will be photos of it. Please do.
Absolutely. And, Jared and I were kind of talking in our own little world for a minute. We look over, and Don's chatting with these two other American guys at the bar. And, seemed like you guys were having just quite the conversation.
Yeah.
What are some things that you ask people, especially as an outgoing, friendly guy, being in a new country, you don't necessarily know where people are from, if they're going to speak your language.
Yeah.
What do you do to kind of break the ice and have interesting conversations with people?
So the one thing I've kind of learned in the I guess social aspect is just be friendly and listen. If you're friendly, you ask a question to get intros. Where are you from? If you're out here, because there's a question that they can answer and you can probably understand. So it's forming the base knowledge of like, hey, where are you from? Okay, it gives me a second to kind of think, look at them, listen to their accent. They tell them where they're from. Then I can ask a few questions about where they're from or things I know about. Get them engaged, knowing, hey, he knows something. He can relate to me in a way. And if they don't speak much English, that's fine. Then you can just ask, oh, my name's this, and pull up Translate on your phone to say more. But that's already you're in. They're willing that you're willing to come up and say hi when you don't even speak the language and willing to say something. It's like not threatening.
Sure. And the translation app on the phone has definitely come in handy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, right?
Our mind was blown this morning.
Yes.
Tell us what you did with your phone this morning.
Absolutely.
Straight magic.
2019, people.
First of all, I need to give a shout out to my friend Kim, who's the one who initially showed me the app.
Okay.
I've
had that app for a
it's
while,
too
and I did not know
simple.
you could do that.
It's something you wouldn't even think of. In a way, it seems kind of very futuristic.
Yeah.
Right? You open up the Google Translate app. We were at a restaurant for lunch today, and they didn't have the lunch specials in English. So I pulled out my phone. I knew some of the words, but didn't know all of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So grabbed the
Parada.
translator. Right. And so I grabbed the translator, and it real
Nuvite
time
Anglicky?
translates it completely.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was, and it just, and it you're like, It was the camera showing the words. It almost made me want to like look under the camera and be like, wait a second, is this some sort of cheap magic trick?
Right.
Yeah, and you just have to you can take a picture of that and save it down. So you can flip over multiple things. You can translate just speech into the phone.
Yep. Got to speak clearly though.
Got to enunciate. Don't mumble rap like I do. Just mumbling.
So part of that, we love all these conveniences and stuff. It's 2019, but I do think there is something to the ability to freely explore a city, to explore a new city without always having to look at always having to follow a screen and be like, turn left here, turn left here. And then all that does is maybe you get to go see the cool sort of church or something that you're going to, but you missed everything that you walk by staring at your phone the whole time. So I remember you and I, where were we? New York?
Was New York the first one, or was
maybe
San Francisco?
When you first moved there?
Yes. You came and visited twice. The second time.
It was when you first moved there, wasn't it?
Was the walking adventure?
Yeah. Oh no, because it was without Brad. You're right. Yes, it was the second time.
Sorry, Brad. But yeah, you remember that, and that was awesome.
Yeah, and so we were just you were still kind of new. And you didn't know the area that well. You knew some of it, but not. And so we were walking around trying to find these places, and we're like, we don't have anywhere to be. Like, kids, fuck it, maps off.
Oh yeah,
maps off.
And we literally just turned off the maps and just wandered. And either you end up where we ended up where we wanted to go. By the way, that picture on your computer right there—that's one of the places we ended up.
Yes, I know.
There's a picture of me at that place because we went maps off.
Yeah, and I like that picture so much. It makes the cut from my background screensaver.
I can post the picture of me on Instagram. Anyway, Untranslatable podcast. So, so that works perfect for Chad and I. And Don and I, because we've been talking this whole time about how we're trying to do this whole no plans thing, and we've been doing this no plans thing.
It's been great.
And with this no plans thing, we haven't we've been never not occupied.
Yeah,
nonstop moving.
A lot of we're pushing 15,000 steps today, and today was a very light day.
Yep.
But I'm gonna admit this. This is all true, but I for the most part, I've kind of just been following Chad this whole time. He's essentially been the navigator, and he's pointed me everywhere this whole time. And I feel like I can't go back without doing some actual exploration where I have to.
That's fair.
Because it's a crutch on trying to figure out the culture, just having someone that can even know a few Czech words. Because I've noticed also it's been a long time since I've been around non-English speakers. And I think I'm a little rusty with communicating in those situations too. So Chad and I the other day came up with a challenge talking about this. We call it the #MapsOff challenge.
Or #fuck it, maps off.
Whichever you prefer. Or both.
You get the gist.
You can do as many hashtags as you want. Do both. Fucking maps off for the #maps challenge.
If that got trending on Twitter or Instagram, it would make my day. Maybe we should get a better social media ambassador to get us in. Hey, who knows? Who knows?
Hey, Donna, I like what you're saying right now, but this is a behind the scenes job that you're. So we're not going to talk about that on the podcast.
I'm sorry. Don't make fun of me.
I'm just messing with it.
Oh God, you look so serious.
It's hard to tell Jared sometimes. He's gotten me before.
I'm a professional.
Well, I mean, in that case, if you want to see his face and my face, go to YouTube, follow
Untranslatable podcast channel on YouTube,
and you can watch this whole thing
in 1080p and maybe 4K if I'm willing to use that much gigabyte space.
And he's speaking of that when it's recording on my phone, and about his computer space.
Well, I have to get it from you.
We'll make it work.
This happen.
But
we'll make it work.
You should have enough room.
No, I'm just. Don't worry about it. Yeah. That was a joke that only made sense in my head because I do all the editing for this.
We don't want to hear about what we don't know.
So the Maps Off challenge. We have a rough idea of it, but we need to kind of hammer it down. So should I just? I'll give the story. So what it is what we want to do is we want to roughly start in some place. And Chad gives both Don and I a meeting point. And what he'll do is he'll give us a screenshotted picture of the map. and with that, we'll have where we are and where the final location is. Say 10 to 15 minute walk. Is that what we were saying?
Yeah, somewhere on there, I think.
And Don and I would have a challenge to see maps off, no phones. No phones?
No phones.
Except for, I guess you can look at the picture.
Yeah, I think the picture is fair reference.
But it's
point.
just like good faith. They're not.
Yeah, no, I don't want to. I don't like winning that way.
I trust you guys.
It's not satisfying to me to win that
and
way.
it's not going to be such a difficult challenge that you won't be able to do it without.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, and then whoever, we also have to come up with what the winner gets. But the first person to, then the challenge is Don and I have to get to whoever gets to the place first wins.
Yeah.
And the satisfaction will be the winner sitting there drinking a pivo, which is Czech for beer.
Importantly.
And this is why we're podcast partners.
That's right.
The reward the first reward will be the smug smile that you get to have on your face taking a sip of that cold
Straight cheesing.
pivo. But then we need to have some sort of what's the real stakes between you and I. Sorry, I don't mean to scare you there.
That is a good one.
Any ideas, Chad? You're too nice.
I mean, I got a couple. One of them I'm not going to share on air. But I got
I think I know what you're talking about.
I got some other ones. One, I mean, the easy go-to is the loser buys the dinner
Of
Yeah.
course.
for the winner. But
Well,
that's too easy, too straightforward.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Maybe dinner for the squad. I buy dinner for all of us.
You know what we can do?
Really
we can,
makes it personal.
if my Instagram ever starts working again, because it's not, we can put it out on put it in a story. Ask
Oh,
what
that would be
the what the
fun.
winner should get.
Oh yeah. We'll ask the question. You guys give us some answers.
Yeah, we got a couple hours.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then we actually come back to you with an answer on how that went. So that's the rough breakdown of it.
Yeah.
So are we both? My problem is, I like that we're both gonna. I feel like we need to both start in the same place. However, I don't want it to be just Don and I following each other
Right.
to the place.
That defeats the
or
purpose.
like him on the other side of the street and me trying to fake each other out or something.
Right. Yeah. I think one thing that kind of came to my mind, what if we look at the end point, the X on the treasure map,
Mm-hmm.
and one of you goes one tram stop this way,
Okay.
the other one goes one tram stop the other way. We send a text, ready, set, go, and I will be enjoying a nice cold pivo.
Wait. Okay. So,
waiting for you guys.
So you're saying we drop us off in different directions.
Right.
So we have
And you map it out like how long it'd take to get to the bar if you took the best route.
Right.
two things. One, so we have to have the faith then that because our trams aren't going to come at the same time, so one of us will have to
Yeah.
say stand there and wait.
Yeah.
Right.
It gives us the address.
Exactly.
He gives us a bar, something like off the tram pass, like
Yeah.
a little bit farther away.
And second,
I know exactly the bar.
and you can track us on Google Maps.
That's right.
Oh yeah. We can yeah.
Okay, I like that. That's a good idea.
So I think that might work, and I'm really looking forward to seeing who will win the Maps Off challenge, because I'm going to be biased and I'm going to give an early prediction to Jared, but I think Don could pull it off.
I think you have too much faith in me because I've been to Europe before.
I think that's probably.
I don't
why.
think you recognize how out of my zone I am here.
That's true.
I don't know. I don't know
Yeah, that's true.
any of the words. I think you underestimate how out of my element I am.
Yeah, but
If I was in Germany, then yeah, I could just be like, Entschuldigung, wo ist, whatever.
right, unless you're in Berlin, then you just speak English.
That's true.
I mean, Prague, you can get away with English. I think it's polite to use some Czech here and there. I always get a smile when I say goodbye. Nashledanou.
Okay.
But that one's a hard word to say. That's why it's even better when it's like a more informal relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Then you just say ahoy, ahoy, ciao. That's all you say, and
Okay.
you get going. And I feel like the people respond to that. So, I mean, if you guys say you were to get lost or you get disoriented, you could say Dobrý den.
Dobrý den. Dobro not.
No. And then ask the golden question.
Oh, Nuvite Anglicky? I do know that. I do have that on down.
Anglicky, Don,
'Cause I've
is
been
check
listening.
for do you speak English? Mluvite
Bluvite.
anglicky.
It's not Bluvite.
Mluvite with an M.
Movite.
Mluvite
Bluvite.
anglicky.
Oh, it's
Anglitsky.
Bluvite?
Yeah.
I've been saying it wrong this entire. I thought it was Nuvite with
No,
an N.
Mluvite.
You did hit
A hard N. You've never corrected me. Thank you for that.
I've heard Mluvite. when
Oh,
you say it.
I thought I've always been saying Nuvite Anglitsky.
Okay.
That's what it
That's
is on
my
my
bad.
computer. Is Nuvite
But
Anglitsky.
see, hold on. And this is when you meet somebody and you're like forming that relationship, it ties back to the communication skills. Just knowing a little bit in their language gets them a little bit like, oh man, he's really making a point. Like, did he just Google it? Do you make an effort to like speak the language that they
Right.
first learned? So it's like engage the person.
I'm gonna lose this
I think you could do it. Well, see, I'm really
because Don just made a great point. If we're involving engaging with people, I'm
I don't-
100% gonna lose.
no.
I
have.
don't.
a-
I think that's a no. We can't consult.
no,
Okay.
What happens?
But we'll also do this. We'll give it 10 to 15 minutes. You guys agree with me, but like once the winner gets there, give the other person another say 10 to 15 minutes, and then text them and say you lost or whatever. So someone's not
Yeah.
just wandering for 30 minutes.
Like,
Right.
like at the 25-minute mark, you hit it because that means it gave the person an extra 10.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
fair.
that's enough.
Yeah.
And then at 30, you just tell them what the fuck it is.
And I don't think the actual journey should take longer.
Do you already have it mapped out in your head?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking the journey, depending on how lost you get, walking wise, maybe 10 minutes at a leisurely
Okay.
pace.
So then we'll give an extra 10 to 15 minutes.
I would say, 10 minutes.
All right.
Somewhere around there. Now,
Yeah, extra 10 minutes.
Now the other question is though, and part of me doesn't want to say this because if one of you aren't aware of this, it gives you an advantage. But
Don's not aware of this, is what you're saying?
No, you're going to get the advantage.
no, I think both of you would. The thing is, if we take the tram, you could watch and just follow the tram tracks.
Yeah, I think...
So we have to figure out a way.
Well, wait, I assume that the bar was not near the tram.
Well, it's
So that
not
only
on
gets
the
us-
same street.
But that's perfect.
it's
though.
on a side street.
Because that only gets us back to where we started.
No. Oh, wait. No. It does get us back to where you started.
And that's
you're
the-
right. You're right. Oh, we're good.
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
good. Okay,
That gets us back to just some neutral location.
good call.
And, yeah.
But
And
what-
we might not even even though that's the tramway, that might not technically be the quickest way to get there.
Yeah.
Right.
And also we can you can jiggle which way we get on the trams from to kind of see like
Oh, you know what we'll do? Okay.
because
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be white and black. It's like wherever this is, we get off. We can walk to a spot, and you pick the way we walk it, so we don't remember like where we're coming from. But
Right.
we don't know if it's north, south, east, or west.
Right.
Like, and that gives that
Right.
variability.
I think the other thing. Now, time wise, if I go with both of you, will I even be back there by the time you guys get back?
Well, I thought the point was you just tell us where to go.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll
And
you'll
then-
already be there.
And then
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
share your location with
Okay.
you.
Yeah,
And
we'll be
once we get-
together. And then
I
you'll
see.
be there, and you'll say, "Meet us."
Oh, yeah,
And then
perfect.
at the
Okay.
same, and then you'll just send us the location at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is I'll have you. I'm gonna have you guys. Ooh, I could make this more difficult.
And then one more thing, and then so since it'll be just you and I, whoever's tram comes 1st, the other person, that's the second person, just says, I just got off the tram, and then we
Yeah,
start.
we'll text each other. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
we could be on a phone call. We in three-way, a call and talk.
Oh,
while we're,
I was
going
about to
there.
say that sounds like fun too, but let's get back to this game.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think it should work though. I think we'll make it work.
I'm excited.
Now,
for
what
this.
would make it more difficult is if I made you guys take the metro, but I don't think I'm going to do that because that's too far.
And also,
Stops aren't as consistent. I
that's
don't
what I was
think.
about to say. Yeah, one stop could be way farther than the other.
So I think I already know where our starting point will be.
Okay,
Are you ready?
you can tell
Wait,
us.
are we starting the same?
You're gonna start at the same point.
You and I are
Go
starting at the same
We're
point.
gonna start.
So you start.
No, wait, hold on. No. Don't even let us know. Because then, in theory, if we want to be shitty,
Oh, you could Google it.
we could zoom in.
Oh,
We could zoom in.
okay.
I'm with you. I'm with you. On
Yeah,
that.
we can't. No hints.
Good call.
Yeah.
Well, you wonderful people will find out where our location will be if you check.
Now
out.
I'm going to say this: you and I allowed to do research on our maps tonight.
I was assuming no. I'm not going to touch
Oh,
my
really?
maps.
Well, why not?
We need at least some sort of layer.
I think some research would be
But
interesting.
fuck it, maps off.
but that doesn't mean
We'll do this. If he doesn't want to research, he doesn't have to.
how would we find it with nothing?
Yeah, you won't know
with
the
no
name of the
social
place.
interaction. And that's just looking at the street names and being like.
But you already. Oh, this is my unfair advantage. You already told me what type of rail line it'll be off of, so I need to look at all those rail lines and see where there's connection points.
No, he's going to
No.
say where the rail line that we start at, not where he's at.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that when we get there, now I know there's a railway, and I know where the bar could be in the part of town, so I could really dig in and view into like. Okay,
But do you
this is-
realize how many bars there are in Prague?
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, there's less train lines.
Okay, well then I'm going to use your technique. I'm going to use my technique because I
There
don't.
you go.
I don't.
Because for me, fuck it, maps off means I've looked at the maps I have. That's it. I'm not going to go for a run. Not going to walk around. That's to me. It's just like, can you read the street north, south, east, west? That's what maps off.
Oh,
means.
I see what you're saying. Because
Yeah.
we will know our starting location on the map and where you are.
Yep.
So we could follow directional. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that
That could work. That could work.
And we could just it's a bar that you might have mentioned before, maybe not.
No, I have not.
Okay.
Actually, well, I'm not even gonna say.
Yeah, so that's better because I don't want it in. I don't know. That's one. I just don't like doing research.
I think we got this worked out. So
Yeah, should be
speaking
fun.
of bars, though, I mean we are in the land of many bars and
many tasty beers.
land
as
of
well.
many taverns. You took us to some cool places.
Oh yeah.
That first place, Usudu, was real. It was a labyrinth of little cave rooms.
Yeah, it was great.
And each one had like its own separate vibe going on. Like in the first room that you walk into is kind of the old people.
Yep.
And then there's then it kind of breaks off into there's one sort of like a like middle-aged group, and then there's a room with the younger people, and totally different music. And you're in this cave, like it's a bunch of caves. It's not caves, but like a tavern.
Yeah.
I love the vibe.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I could see myself enjoying Prague a lot. I wish I had more time,
Yeah. Ditto.
It's so hard. How long you're doing some traveling while you're here, right?
Just a little bit.
Where are you going?
It's a little long-winded. I've rehearsed it many a times.
Do you need to pull out your Excel printout?
Nope. That's in the wallet though. By the way, I just like to
You're
focus. We
color-coded.
have a little setup here. All the monies that we've seen and pulled out.
We look like
on the table.
like ratchet drug dealers.
Yeah. Just trying to flex on Instagram all
Does
their
that not
money.
look like some on Instagram like out here making it big?
And if you want
hustle every day. Hashtag always grinding.
International baby.
hashtag fuck it maps off. Just saying. And where can you find this at?
Untranslatable podcast.
On Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, should I take a picture of that?
Yeah, you should.
All right, I'll take a picture of that. So tell us about your vacation while I'm doing this.
Yeah. So, my girlfriend Alyssa got a rotation at Stripe, which is where she works in San Francisco, to go to Dublin for 3 weeks to train a new team. And from that, I decided, hey, can I try to come over, hang out? Jared,
I wish there was a ham horn drop right now because
Yeah.
that would be the best time for it.
Yeah, so she's based in Dublin for the 3 weeks. I couldn't go the first week of April due to some work things. So I'm here for the full 3 weeks with her, spending weekends with her, and then weekdays are kind of on my own. So I flew into London for a night. I'm doing Czech for 3 nights. I go back to Dublin on Friday, spend one night there. Then we go to Galway where the Cliffs of Moher are, hang around there. Then we go down to Cork for a little bit the next day. I go back to Dublin. Alyssa stays in Cork. Next morning, I go to Barcelona. After I go to Barcelona, I come back to Dublin.
How long are you in Barcelona for?
3 nights.
Damn.
And then
Why are you doing it so short?
because I just have weekdays.
Oh, okay.
And then my parents come in early the next week to Dublin, so Alyssa cannot escape the Strites. So yeah, and then my aunt
up
comes
his own
in.
last name.
We pick them up, and then we go to Kilkenny and a few other places. Then now it's like Wednesday of the following week. We're back in Dublin, or the same week we're in Dublin Thursday night, and then Alyssa and I go to Amsterdam for 2 nights, and then I go back to London to go back to the States on the 31st. where does she go? She goes to Barcelona for 3 days, Madrid for 2 days, then London for a day.
And you've always been looking forward to going to Barcelona. For you've told me.
Oh yeah, it's the one place. Like when I was in college, like trying to plan a trip, if I passed my CPAs in time, that I would go to Barcelona. I've just always been. It's a soccer state, soccer team or city.
Yes, yeah.
Club,
Province. No, I'm kidding. Do you like have you like Googled pictures of it, like when you were a kid saying, or when you were younger saying you always want to go, where you're like looking it up like, wow, it looks so gorgeous?
Yes, but I remember none of that now. So I just remember I wanted to go there in the past.
You really got Barcelona in your head, huh?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I mean, it's a nice cut city. I mean, I I can't fault you for it. It's
Yeah,
just,
I've only heard good things about it.
I've had a few friends do educational like study abroads there, and some people have been teaching. I actually have a friend, Ian, who's up in northwest Spain, I think, teaching English. So,
oh, cool. You're not going to visit them, though?
nah, don't have time.
Okay. That's a lot of England and UK travel going on.
Yeah.
All right.
It's cool though.
It's not ideal, but
Guy gets banned from going to the UK.
Shout out to our UK listeners.
But I mean, it's just like a lot of times, like my main thing is just it's quick trips, and I just haven't I won't stay the same night, like in the same bed in a city for like my first like week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's a lot of moving.
Yeah. So
Since I've been here in Europe, with each day that I wake up, I have a little like my tank, the full level of my tank is a little bit less. Like I'm running on a little bit less every single day.
losing your coins, man.
That's really what it is. That's really what
definitely.
it is.
Doesn't look like it though, but
No.
losing the coins for sure.
I'm
You
losing
don't
my
know-
coins,
you don't know the
but I'm
value of these.
stacking that paper.
Ooh.
Oh, hold on, you cut me off. I'm losing my coins, but I'm stacking that paper.
Jared, you got a little
Stacking
angry.
it.
You got a little angry. Was there some aggression when you were like when you lose coins? Do you gain aggression coins?
I stack that paper. That's what I do.
Hey, big ballin' over
It
here.
does.
Can we get that drop one more time, please?
Which one?
What you just said into the camera again very aggressively.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's been a rough week. I've been losing my coins, but with every coin I lose, I stack that paper.
Jesus, he went
That's
way
right.
back into it.
That's right.
Really, like I think I felt some spit on my legs there.
I definitely felt some on myself. That's
Yeah.
for sure. But
jeez.
it's if you're not going to give it your all, what are you doing? You know.
Yeah, I'd say being Jared, but that's really mean.
So yeah, as
Oh jeez.
as I
The joke. That's a joke. Jesus.
you insulted me. You don't have to. You don't have to. No one cares that much about me that listens to this. You don't.
I think
That's not
you
true.
would be surprised.
That's not true.
Show Jared some love.
Okay.
Spread a little love.
Oh, see,
That's what I was going for.
I don't have it.
I know, but I was expecting you to sing it.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry. I'm low on coins. This vacation is coming close to an end. But yeah, with every day that I've been here, it's just been like I can tell that I'm running low on this day, but you know,
We've had some long days and some long nights.
let's talk about last night, for example.
Yeah.
So we started off with a delicious Czech meal at some restaurant,
Sklep.
Sklep, and then Chad took us to that super cool bar Usudu, and after that, where do we go after that? Oh, then after that we went
We walked
to
around
a Czech
first.
version of a Späti.
Yep.
And we got a pivo, and we walked around and saw some sights. Chad showed us some night sights of Czech Republic, and if you want to see them, Untranslatable podcast, it's popping. I mean, it's and another thing that's you mentioned blew your mind that still blows my mind about Europe and is how old everything is.
Oh, definitely.
It's like it's like sometimes they say the sun is this many million miles away from the earth or whatever, and it's like okay, I understand that it's far away, but how did you get to that exact number? And it's like when you hear this church was built in 1138, and it's like I don't think stuff can still be like obviously I know it can.
It's
be,
amazing,
but
yeah.
it's like how is this still standing? And so that is really cool. And then so after that. Well, not after that. All during the time that I've been here, Chad's mentioned this 5-story club. and he's been bragging about it. He's been bragging about it so much, and he's like, "Oh, it's so cool, 5
floors,
stories,
all dancing."
And he said that we were talking about, all right, we got to see this thing.
First of all, shout out to my buddy David. He's the one who actually recommended it to me.
Pajolsta, David?
Yeah.
Shout out to David.
Pajolsta.
So beautiful once again.
Right.
So Chad mentioned this place, and it's cool. It's much like a lot of the tavern little bar place, the tavern bar place we went to, Usudu. Each floor or area has a different vibe. Mm-hmm. This place, and so Chad mentioned we could go.
Way different vibes.
We should go, but we should probably go on on Thursday. Because Thursday is when it's popping because, it's Tuesday. It was Tuesday. No one's going to the club on Tuesday.
Although club's going up on a Tuesday.
It was not.
It definitely
so
was.
We went there on a Tuesday for some reason. No idea why. And, this it validated why, for the life of me, I have no idea why people enjoy clubs. For I feel like I'm the only one that gets it, and everyone else is missing something here. And then another thing is this club was stuck in the 80s to early 90s. The music that they were playing in this place was god awful. It was not
Some
only
of it was. Some of it was.
It was not only music that you can't dance to. Excuse me. It was not only outdated music. I buried the lead. It was not only outdated music. It was also music that was undanceable to. They played Thriller. And they played a whole bunch of songs where it's like people are just standing around on this cool dance floor.
Thriller.
I love Thriller, but who plays that on? This isn't 1987. Who plays that on a dance floor? These kids were so. That's another problem. These kids were so young. They probably didn't even know what Thriller was. Thriller probably came out when they were.
Definitely didn't see the music video. Shit was life-changing.
I was just shocked that you guys first of all, that you guys enjoyed yourself yesterday, and 2, that you want to go back.
Well, I mean, one thing, we didn't see all 5 floors. Maybe there's better music
2
up
were
top.
closed. Yep.
2 were closed.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So there's 3 floors.
Yeah, and so now we might see something like better that might appease you more. But also, one thing I very much so enjoy doing is making Jared feel very uncomfortable in social
true.
situations. So I purposely made us go and stay as long as possible.
It does.
So Jared really could soak it all in.
Yeah.
I love you, buddy.
So you didn't have fun? It seemed like you were having a pretty decent time.
I mean, it was okay. But it was okay. Like, it was fun because it was just like, it was fun. It was probably more fun because there were less people there. Yeah. Because it was kind of just us fucking with each other, you know what I mean? Like we weren't even paying attention to other people really. But that's not going to be the case on Thursday when it's packed.
Plus, you wear that jacket, game over.
And by the way,
no, I'm gonna wear.
Over.
You gotta wear the jacket.
I'm gonna wear a nice conservative black sweater, and and.
By the way, great choice in clothing. They take forever to dry. Like you're gonna be walking around with a wet sweater for the whole trip. You're still in the other room. It's a bold move.
Okay, no one cares about our laundry situation, Don.
You'll make it work.
Don and I did laundry today. So what we did was I was going to split the clothes into whites and colors, but then I thought, there's only one color. I'm just kidding. So Don apparently likes to make me comfortable. I feel like...
Uncomfortable.
I feel like that's a lie that he says to validate him wanting to go to these stupid places. I don't believe you for a second. I feel like... So are you enjoying yourself?
Like I said earlier, I'm sociable. I just like to fucking people watch and like get to know people, and that's where you can have some really.
I just hate to be the one standing on the side though. Like you see every seating area, only dudes sitting there, and I hate being that guy standing on the side. It's like how can
but hold on.
It's different though when you're with your.
It's like
friends.
much like
when you're with us, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't
we have
really matter.
we have stuff to dick around with. Like
Chad is Chad.
Uh-oh. Where are you going with this?
Ooh.
I'm a little scared.
So am I.
Chad is the most female distracted person on the earth.
I would agree.
We got you. Once we go into that club on a packed Thursday, I got you for like a good 20 minutes.
No, I'm betting 15.
Yeah.
Like if assuming you've had a few drinks.
Nope. Never.
I mean, we'll see. I think it'll be very entertaining.
Yeah.
Really, you haven't gone out with me in years.
Every place we've been to since we've been here, you've struck up a conversation with some lady.
In 15 minutes, though. Now I'm gonna
Okay,
watch,
excuse me.
now I'm gonna watch
My timing was off.
Whoops.
It might be 35 minutes. Excuse
I'm
me.
gonna wait till 16 minutes. Freckle past a hair.
Yeah,
you go.
what's gonna happen first? Will I find this bar, or you find a lady and totally forget about us? Not you don't forget about us. That's not.
I
true.
would never forget about
That's not
either of
true.
you.
But now he has to make a point
But
to
that's
pay
the thing.
attention, and that would make it so much better.
Well, that's the thing.
What?
It's not even. It's not
What,
even
like before the 15 minutes or after.
It's not even about that you're gonna like leave us, because that might actually be a blessing in disguise, because then I can leave. But it's that I'm gonna have to strike up conversation with these her friends or whatever, or like not even her friends, or just people's friends that I don't. That's really what it is. And I
But
don't
you
know.
have a lot of cool things to talk about. Like what's wrong with striking?
Yeah,
up
maybe
a
I should just wear this
conversation?
jacket. You're right. I really should wear the jacket.
You wear the jacket. You're
Wear
already,
the jacket.
You're
Or else
already
I'm
good.
gonna have nothing else to say. Although it's gonna be pretty hot in that place. I'm a sweater.
We all are. And actually, speaking of that, do you happen to know what time it is, Jared?
Oh wait, no, excuse me. It's not untranslatable time. I so wish it was though, because I can't believe I just did that. It is time to spread a little love. I feel like I was a little sharp.
No. I wanna start with some untranslatables, and then let's spread a little love. We're changing it up. There's no Trello. No Trello. Let's do it.
Look on Jared's face right now. He got so prepared for something else, and he's like, right now,
Chad
shit.
can't do an intro.
There's a
Chad
reason
Chad
why.
doesn't know the
Hey,
order.
don't talk. Be nice, you two.
I'm sorry.
Play
There's a
nice.
reason.
I'm sorry.
There's a reason
I'm
why.
sorry.
I want to start us off. I'm assuming you don't have any untranslatables.
No.
I'm assuming you also do not.
I have one actually. I do
You
have
have
one.
one. Okay.
I saw it at the place at our restaurant today.
Okay.
We don't know what it means though.
So we might want to wait on that one.
All right.
Yeah?
You're right. I don't.
All right. But there's the whole reason. So Jared mentioned we are all sweaters.
Mm-hmm.
Not meaning we are clothing that are sweaters, but it doesn't take much to get any of us sweaty.
Right.
As gross and probably
I mean, you're kind of a
TMI
sweater
there is.
too, in the other sense.
Oh, I totally. That's true. But here we go. This is a Czech untranslatable for both of you.
Okay.
So, Jestem spoceni jak myš, which means I am as sweaty as a mouse.
As sweaty as a mouse. Mice are sweaty?
Well, why? So it's pretty obvious what it means.
Sweating profusely, I assume.
Why do you guys think they use a mouse in their example?
Oh, because mice live in
Cats.
houses and they're afraid of...
Cats.
Oh, is it cats?
Wow!
Oh, nice.
Great job! Great job!
Yeah.
And they didn't.
That makes
see my
perfect
notes.
sense. No, I did
but
not.
that
I
was spot
can't
on.
read that screen.
Right. So yeah, okay. And I have one other Czech phrase for us that I think would have come in handy.
By the way, there is an English version of that. Sweating like a pig.
Thank you.
That's
That
the
is
English
true.
untranslatable.
That is true. So the other untranslatable I have, should be pretty obvious. It is do dna, which means to the bottom. How do you think the Czechs use this?
Is it when it's like you're getting your last drink and they just fill up you just a little bit like a to-go beer?
No, that's dloha.
No, that means long. No, but you're on the right track. It's not a special type of beer. You're thinking of what they call a mleko, which means milk.
Yeah.
And it's a Pilsner beer. Actually, these are Pilsner beers right here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's where you have maybe this much beer and the rest is all foam. And you're supposed to drink it like in one, almost kind of like a shot.
Yeah.
And it's like your go-home beer.
Yeah,
the
your
Mleko.
last beer.
Right. This one, though, to the bottom.
Is that so say we're ready to go and there's like a little bit of beer left and it just means like finish it off?
Yeah, bottoms up.
Oh, nice. Bling, bling, bling. I like that
Bottoms
one.
up.
To the bottom and then you just like I like that one. That works.
Dodna.
Dodna. And it's easy to say, relatively speaking.
Dodana.
Okay, I like those. Those are good. And those are I like that to the bottom one.
I wanted to pick ones that were specific to all three of us. And when I read the sweaty mouse one, I honestly laughed.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about our sweating issues
Too
over
much.
this
Too
trip.
much. But thankfully, it hasn't been too hot weather-wise.
That does help for
The
sure.
best weather for people who run hot.
Yes. Yeah.
Light jacket weather.
For you. I don't run that hot.
Yeah, me either.
But yes, Chad, we can spread a little love.
Yes, we can.
I'm cool. I'm loose. I don't need to follow a format. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do the song of the no. Spread a little love for us, please.
All right.
Although we've been spreading a lot of love with each other over this trip. I want to spread a little love to solid travel buddies here. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah, you too.
This has been a lot more fun than I expected.
Expect the unexpected. That's all I can
That's
say.
literally what the last day has been.
Yep. Agreed. And that was our time in Berlin as well. Did we mention the karaoke bar?
No, I meant to bring that up. Well, let's talk about
hold
that.
on. You guys went to a karaoke bar?
We
Yeah.
did.
All right, let's talk about it.
I think that should be a shout out right there in itself.
We should. What was her name?
Melanie.
Not Melanie. Oh yeah, Melanie. Sorry.
Yeah, Melanie.
I was thinking of we should shout out Melanie just for being one. She was essentially a host.
Yeah, she was great. But it was her first evening in Berlin.
That's true. That's
so
true.
we took her to the first place.
Yes.
Called Hopfenreich. Really great. It means like rich in hops, like hops for beer. And they had great beer on tap.
And really cool vibe. There's pictures on our Instagram, Untranslatable Podcast. Is this how I do it, Don?
That's how you do
just
it.
like keep saying the name through over and over again, so it dives into their head.
Can I divert for 1 second?
Please, because I'm generally curious.
So, I don't know if I told you guys, I did a presentation class at work. They let me I get an education fund. Thank you, Checker. And I use that to go take a class to learn about my presentation skills. And so they videotape you, give you live feedback, work with different like the format of what you're talking about, how you're focused on 3 points, the eye contact, and then kind of like how long you hold contact and when you say your sentences. And so what I learned from that is you focus on those 3 main points. So if you keep bringing it up, the person's more likely to remember it. The average attention span is about 10 seconds now.
Yeah.
So that's why one thing.
I believe that.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, I can't say it. I don't want to be too mean.
Well, everyone listening to this is lucky because you're witnessing our new social media ambassador for the Untranslatable podcast.
That's true.
And I have no doubt that you could step our game up in, no joke, the matter of 2 weeks.
Oh, probably.
Yeah,
I think less than that.
Yeah, we'll see. Next thing you'll see a sponsored Untranslatable podcast ad on your Instagram.
There you go.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could easy split, 80, 10, 10. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Great. That's democracy right there.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Spread a little love, please.
Alrighty. So the first shout out I'd like to give is to Japan and also the UN, and they joined together in a battle against marine litter.
Oh, that is a big problem no one talks about. Sorry, this is so casual for us. It's so natural that I just forget I have a mic sometimes.
Yeah.
My mic is on my leg.
That's how it should be.
Yeah. I don't know what
We were talking about the marine life.
a lot. It's what, bigger than Texas and only getting larger?
Oh, the plastic island or whatever they call it? Yeah, it's crazy. Let me ask you two a question.
Yes.
How many tons of plastic do you think ends up in the world's oceans?
How many each year? How much in total?
It's a good question.
Each year.
Each year?
I'm going to
say a big fucking number. On the count of 3, let's say the same thing.
No, you go first, and then he's going to tell us. You go first, and I'll say
You
it.
go first, yeah.
All right. I'm thinking you might be pushing are we getting to a trillion?
I'm going to say
tons. How many tons?
I'm going to
a
say
trillion tons.
Yeah,
Trillion tons, okay.
I'm going to say I'm going to say 40 million tons.
Yeah, I guess that's a good multiple.
I was going to say billions to begin with, but when it came out of your mouth, I was like, that sounds high.
No. So how many? Give
Okay.
me your final numbers.
Final number will be
56 million tons.
56 million.
And I'm going to say a billion tons.
A billion
That's
tons.
more reasonable.
All right, well,
That's pretty.
neither of you are close. It's 8 million tons, which is
Oh.
still a crazy
Oh, yeah, that's
amount.
a lot.
That's
That's
horrible.
not that big of a deal.
But yeah. So basically, though, what's interesting about this is that
I hate those pictures, bro.
yeah. There's a picture right here of a bird that has ingested plastic, and so they believe that by 2050, 99% of seabirds will be affected. They'll have ingested plastic. So I really hope that the Japanese government and the UN can make an impact with this. They're hoping to, thank you, they're hoping to allocate 123 million yen to support the initiative. So
That's
big
awesome.
shout out to them. Spread some love, and let's make those oceans nice and clean.
I'm not gonna do. I don't want to be full negative Nancy, but I feel like at this point we've gone so we can only like slow down the inevitable at this point.
Yeah, especially with
we've already gone way too far down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
The entire
that's all they're talking about now is it's how do we slow it down? Like it's inevitable. Like we know we can't stop it.
Yeah,
And that's what's scary.
Chad freaked me out many episodes ago when he told me that two of his uncles are sure that within our lifetime we're gonna have a serious
There'll be some type of problem,
sort of like a climate issue
or resources.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Resources.
Agreed. Just don't tell my girlfriend that.
Spread a little love, everyone, while
she's
you
not
have
fan.
time.
All right. Well, I have another one, and I just wanted to ask you guys what your thoughts are on this.
Okay.
Granted, none of the three of us are medical experts, or experts of anything other than things untranslatable.
Mm-hmm.
So, Italy has banned unvaccinated children from school. Good move or bad move?
Thank
Good
God.
move.
Jesus.
Yeah, this is a good move. They're risks
Did you
to other children.
Did you see about the kid who got
Who had measles and he traveled and gave other people measles?
Not the measles case.
Okay.
It is the guy that when you when you get bit by a raccoon, you get
Rabies.
or that's not that. Or like you cut yourself with like
Tetanus?
tetanus.
Mm-hmm.
Cost like $800,000 to make him. No, I think it was pushing
Wow.
millions. It might have been like 20-some million. Like it was
Because he had tetanus.
because he had tetanus
Did
and
he
he had
not
to get
have
like
health insurance?
no. That was like the
No,
face-
anti-vax.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So he like had to get air transported to a specialized hospital and like all this intensive care to battle it.
Jeez.
I just remember it was like really like your impact right there. 'Cause
Tennis is something that it doesn't even cross my mind.
Right.
we're just like, yeah, you took care of that, mom. Right?
I'm due to get mine, I think, in a year.
Oh, you have to
I
keep
gotta
it
get
going?
Like 4
Every
years?
10 years.
A 10?
It's 10 for tetanus. Or it used to be.
Oh, I think I got mine when I was like 18.
Yeah,
Probably
same
should.
here.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
on our radar.
Yeah, I don't go to the doctor enough.
and
in
it's
general,
18
to be
because
honest
that
with
was
you.
the last time our moms made us go to the doctor.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Which is so bad, but also why it's so startups are very easy to insure people. We just don't go. But I go a lot.
I have health insurance. Yeah, it's because you're like Samuel Jackson from the movie Unbreakable.
Hey,
My skin's made of paper and my bones are made of glass. Every morning I wake up, I break all of my bones. It's a SpongeBob reference. I have health insurance and I don't go to the doctor nearly enough. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And what's interesting about this, by banning the children from going to school, now I don't know if the law is the direct effect of this, but just kind of interesting. In Italy now, the national immunization rate was very close to 95% for children born in 2015, depending on which vaccine.
Solid.
So I think that's great. I think the problem is, not everyone can be vaccinated if you have certain autoimmune disorders or certain things. I'm not saying that should be,
that's
if you
not
can,
included. Yeah,
right. If you can get vaccinated, you should get vaccinated. And, it's crazy to hear these cases of things like measles that haven't been around in a long time. They're starting to come back. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good move on Italy's part as well. So a shout out to them. And
Just spread a little. I don't know what to use for that one, but yeah, just with the pure numbers, 95% of the people are vaccinated.
right.
It's like it's just pure numbers, and if you're a government, it's just like we have to go off of numbers, and this is ridiculous that we're gonna risk the life of risk 95% of our population for 5% idiots that are afraid that it'll give their kid whatever.
and
Right.
probably that 5% make up for like 95% of the cost.
But
Too. It's probably like
could be.
because also like you're thinking like taking into consideration like it's so preventative now and so like cheap. They probably have a lot more costs involved.
That's
Right.
true. That's true. Are we gonna move on to this? This is, I guess, song of the pod time.
Yeah, let's
We've really
do
just
it.
thrown this all out of the whack.
We have.
I'm so confused.
I'm telling you, the Trello board makes a difference.
It really does. Shout out to Trello. Chad and I are very confused on our own podcast.
I use that for work now.
It's great. Isn't it?
How do you use it at work?
That was my to-do list.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes perfect sense.
Do you guys know what? Oh, I got one for you guys. Do you guys know what the philosophy behind Trello is?
No, what's that?
So
I don't know much about it. Chad is
Have
the one
you
that told me
heard of-
about it.
Agile and Scrum.
Yes, Scrum
what's that?
management or like not management. Is it management?
Yeah. Close
Okay.
enough.
Agile and Scrum?
Yeah. So it's a way, and I just learned this. I'm fascinated by it. I've been getting really intrigued by engineering and product, but overall, it's kind of how engineers get their work done. It's like it's a project life cycle of how you like update code, release code, push code, and coach through it, which is really interesting. And I'm being very brief, but the different stages of like your sprints is what your main focus points are. Go in a Kanban board, and people know if you're like, is it in the queue? Have you started it? Are there any blockers? Did you finish it? And it gives the engineering team, because there's one manager managing all of them who is the Scrum Master.
I just heard that position recently too.
I was amazed. And I asked somebody, full-time jobs are Scrum Masters.
Scrum Master.
Yeah.
Scrum Master.
I just heard about that a couple months ago too, because our people in our department were like, we might need a Scrum Master, and I was like, I thought they just made up a name for it. I was like, that's a great name, and they're like, that's what it's called, and I was like, really? That's just like, yeah, that's a real
I
position.
have a coworker who's a Scrum Master.
I would love to have that on my business card.
Nice. Just has a nice ring to it, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Scrum Master.
But yeah, that's where it's from. Fun fact.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Fun fact, the pod from Don.
Parada. Music song of the pod. So when we have guests on, we like to, if they have any songs of the pod, let us know. And obviously, once again, though, this is the Untranslatable podcast, so we like to keep our songs international. And Don's been playing us some tunes over the past couple of days, and Chad and I have been
Fantastic
real
tunes.
into it.
Yeah, so the group is called Jungle. Their first album is Jungle. They're a group that my buddy Eric, who was my first like good friend in San Francisco, and now I live with him, he introduced me to them, and I immediately loved it. And they showed me the video for The Heat, which is the song of the pod. And The Heat is the first song on their album, and I've listened to it. I think I looked.
I could have done drops this entire time, just like that.
Oh my god!
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Only an hour in and we figured this out.
I just thought about that.
Yeah. But yeah.
Spread a little love.
Oh god, you're gonna have way too much fun now. Now
Here
I'm
we
just gonna be
go.
looking at you. You're gonna bring the phone up.
I'm catching up like you're...
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about this, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
Go ahead, sorry.
But yeah, he introduced me to them. The first song I listened to, the first song on their album, is "The Heat," and you guys watched that music video. It is one of the smoothest, most beautifulest,
Silky smooth.
like Adidas jumpsuits from the '80s, silky smooth.
Yeah. So it's two dudes in full Adidas soccer style tracksuits on roller skates doing some sweet roller skate dances.
Yeah.
And it's just the movement is so fluid.
Yeah, like when they in like the second scene where they like are rolling past each other and they like grab their legs click.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they pull each other back and do some kid and play stuff and just
and
keep
it's
going.
right on time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, the rhythm of it is
And the two of them are
fantastic.
perfectly in sync
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And another thing I liked about it, and this is what I saw from a couple other videos, because you showed us a
Yeah.
couple of them, is the slow zoom.
Oh,
The slow zoom has a very trippy effect, and I love that.
Yeah.
And they just make a very unique style videos. Are they all? Have you seen a lot of their music videos? Because the two we saw are both heavily dance, both cool.
Yeah, there's
but
another,
heavily dance.
there's another one I've seen.
I think it's because of the music.
Yeah.
This
You
is
know,
they
that
should play some
music is
jungle
some
at the.
dance-
Oh, and also
Oh, that would be
that's
great.
perfect
DJ
club music.
request at the club right there. Some jungle.
Some jungle.
Heat.
Not "Wake Me Up Before I Go"
yeah.
by Wham.
But the reason why I bring them up, they're a group from London. I have really only listened to both their albums exclusively. I don't go watch the videos. They're my work album. I've listened to Jungle album. I think I'm pushing like maybe 250, 300 times.
Yeah, because that's what's great about it.
It's work music.
They're words, but it's very repetitive. It's not really lyric based music,
Yeah.
even though there are words to it.
It's the best way. I think I told you guys is
or lyric driven. Let's put it that way. Lyric driven. I think that's a better way to say it.
when you're having friends over hosting a party, you need some music to put on. Mm-hmm. Pull your record player out. Put on the Jungle record. It's the perfect vibe music.
Parada.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So
That means excellent.
Yeah, that's check for excellent.
I'm literally looking at you like, I don't know if you disrespected me, but I'll just smile and wave, people.
That means asshole.
But yeah, they're just you can just vibe with them in any environment, and most people like it because they're a group. People have switched in and out, but it's just like it has every instrument that people like. It has rock effects, it has electronic effects, pop impacts, some kind of hip hop and R&B. Like it
Definitely a groove.
Yeah, it's very funky and like soul-y.
I don't know how you couldn't not like it.
Yeah, it's that's very
You
true.
know, it's feel good music. It's it's laid back vibes music.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Another thing, I did mention that they were. I said international. They're from London, England. Which did you when you were in London? Did you bring up jungle to anyone in your conversation?
I was
You
pretty
can
jet-lagged.
next time.
Oh yeah, I will. I'm actually gonna go see if there's any shops at Jungle Gear and ask my wonderful girlfriend to go get them for me.
Jungle
go.
Gear.
Yeah, if they have any if they have like a custom shop or like any place in London that has their stuff, it's convenient. I'd ask for it because I think it'd be kind of dope.
My little cousin went viral because he wore a sweater that said "coolest monkey in the jungle."
Oh my god!
You know that story, right?
No.
What? You don't know that story? Oh no! Here we go.
There is an H&M, like a European. Was it European?
I don't think
or
it was
American?
H&M. I think it, or maybe it was.
I'll pull up the article because
Just recently?
a couple months ago,
wasn't
maybe
it
a year ago. Social media moves so fast.
I think
I'll
it might have been
look it up.
H&M because I thought like the weekend was sponsored by them and then you dropped the partnership because of the ad. Yeah.
H&M's. Yeah,
Coolest
it's H&M.
yeah.
So H&M, they had this coolest monkey in the jungle. Like it was. This is one of their shirts, and and they had the black child, where the where the coolest monkey in the jungle sweatshirt. And you know they claim that the marketing team didn't even think about that, and they use that as an excuse for like being like, no, we're so not racist that we like that didn't even cross our mind. It's like, no, you're so unaware and ignorant that didn't cross your mind, and like
Right.
and like that's not a good thing that you don't think about these things. But it's that whole sort of we don't see color thing where it's like, no, we don't even notice. It's like, well, maybe you should because that's you're doing some. It's just like it might not be like outwardly a racist, but it's just like, how do you not think of these things?
Yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, what the hell were we talking about before I went on my rant?
We talked about the jungle, London.
Oh, the song of the pod. Right. Coolest monkey in the jungle. Oh, yeah. I remember now.
Yeah, no clue. And that I cringed.
But yeah, that is perfect vibe out music.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
And I'm probably gonna. I might get some of that saved up on my phone before I get on the plane.
It's a good call.
Great music to go to sleep to.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't sleep well on planes.
That's a perfect idea.
I don't sleep well
I
on
could have
planes
used
at
that
all.
while I was on the bus earlier.
Oh yeah.
Still slept though. Just saying.
I'm impressed.
You snored once again, by the way.
Oh, I knew it.
Yes.
I woke myself up a couple times for it. So.
That's how you
That's
do it.
how you know. Yeah. Those seats, man, you're in an awkward position.
Yeah, it's not. Your neck is all crooked and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Got to get one of those fancy neck pillows. And then you're good to go. You never know.
So we are in the Czech Republic for another day and a half, and I know some terms, but excuse me,
Here we go again.
God, you can never get our names straight. It's Don, it's Chad, or it's Brad. And then you sometimes throw in a Chris, and you'll be looking like, and the person might not even be here.
Jared, no, Don knows zero Czech.
Not a damn
But
thing.
we've okay. So between Chad and I, we've thrown out
one
a
thing.
couple words. At least name
Remember,
something.
what do you say when someone greets you?
Domdre day.
It's kind of
You're
close.
close. Dobry den.
Dobry den. By the way, one of the things I'm most disappointed in myself with is having just no enunciation or remembering like foreign language.
It's not
takes
your
time
fault.
to practice.
It's not your fault. It's a scientific kind of thing. Like it's your mouth forms to learn a specific language.
Yeah, I just feel like
it's not your fault.
I should do better as a human.
It's not your fault.
But you guys do it well.
We try. That's why we're here at the Untranslatable podcast.
yeah.
Oh,
To spread that language
perfect
love
drop.
Exactly.
for everybody out there. I mean, you have the drops. What are you doing?
Hold on.
You have the drops.
No, that could be my. You guys were mentioning I need a
hilarious.
drop.
Yeah.
That could be the drop.
What?
What I just said.
I didn't even hear it, but I'll listen to it later.
Fuck, what I just say.
You already said it. I got it.
Whatever that is. It's bad. It's bad that I just thought about it and want to call
I don't know
out.
what it is either, but I got it.
But yeah, and enunciation isn't the important thing. It's you already got the important thing. It's that confidence.
Right.
Yeah.
You can say Dobrý den completely wrong, but if you're friendly about it,
Frugly men.
And and you're not going to learn the language in 3 days.
no.
Well, I expect a lot out of myself.
But I think to learn a couple words
gotta
and
do
phrases in a couple days is realistic.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think I got a couple down.
I think my estimation with both of you, I bet you on Friday afternoon, if I gave you guys a little check quiz on like 5 to 10 words, I'll say 10 words. I think you guys could do it.
Can I? All right, let's
You
instead
can do
Dobrý
it.
den is 2 words
can I
already.
do this?
That's only 8 more.
instead of doing the same thing because you've done this a couple times of times of teaching the Czech. Can I, with my knowledge as a foreigner, as a non-Czech knower at all, try to teach him what I know?
Of course. I want to see this. Of course.
Please. It's not only please, but it's also like here you go,
Or you're
You're
welcome.
welcome. So it's a very popular used phrase by, like people, servers and stuff.
Nope.
Prosím.
Prosím. Yeah, you can do it.
I can't roll my R's either.
You can just say prosím.
Yeah.
Prosím.
Prosím
Prosím.
with an M.
Prosím.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me reel
Prosím.
the mic. Prosím.
Oh, that was
Yep.
good. That was
There
good.
you go.
Clean. That was clean.
That was.
That late night sweet talk voice.
I might need
Just
to.
laying
That might.
it out
That might need to be the
there.
drop. Actually.
There you go.
Prosím.
There you go.
Prosím.
Except you said it wrong, which with an M at the end. I'm gonna get the wrong one though. I'm gonna use the wrong
right.
Prosím.
There we go.
one.
All right, so he's got one word.
Thank you.
Oh, you've heard this one.
I've heard it multiple times, and I
Yeah?
no clue.
Dziękuję. Ye or yay?
D.
Dziękuję or
Yeah.
Dia
Ku.
ku
Yi.
diakuyi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yakuyi.
Diakuyi.
More
Yeah,
confidence
that's
though.
really
Finish
good.
it out.
Yeah, confidence, Don. Confidence.
You gotta finish it out.
Diakuyi.
That sounds like one of my cousins.
So you gotta get the right rhythm of it. It's Yakuyi.
Diakuye.
Dia
Dia
ku
ku
yi.
diakuyi.
It's
It's
hard to say.
God damn it.
All right, let's try an easier one.
Wait, what was I? One more time.
Yakuyi.
Diakuyi.
Yeah. That's really good.
This one you should know. We've partaken in many of them. Chad and I are Chad's done, but I'm partaking in one right now. This is a delicious Pilsner Urquell, or as the Czechs more generally would call this, a pivo.
Pivo.
Pivo is beer.
Pivo.
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 Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go back to the start. What was the first one?
Please. Prosím.
Oh, prosím, and then Dobrý den.
Dobrý den.
That was
Very
close.
good.
That was close.
Very good. Nice.
And then what was the one we did before this one? Kuyi?
Yeah, that's pretty
Diakuyi?
close.
That was close
Yeah.
enough. That was close
Very
enough.
good. Very good.
Yeah, fuck with me, man. I'm some check.
Yeah. So Dobrý den.
Oh,
Dobrý
and
den.
beer, because that's gonna come in handy tomorrow for sure.
Yep.
Yep.
Pivo.
Pivo. Oh,
Pivo. Dám si pivo.
dám si pivo.
I would like a beer.
Dám si pivo. Dám si pivo.
That's Russian for please.
Dám
Si.
si pivo. Dám
It's
si
kind of like
pivo.
Don si pivo.
Dám si beer.
but
Dám
Dom
like beer.
Dám si pivo. With an
Dám.
M.
Dám si pino. Pivo.
Pivo.
Dám si pivo.
Tino.
I'm thinking of the wine, man. It's close enough.
No, you're doing good. You're doing.
Yeah, you're
good.
doing great.
Thank
That's
you.
already 5 or 6 words right there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
In a
some other
couple
ones.
minutes.
Please, thank you. Hello, goodbye. I don't know how to say goodbye.
Goodbye's a tricky one.
Or what about like what's the one informal way to say like I'll see you later? I'm getting out of
Ahoy.
here. Ahoy.
That's that's even more.
Ahoy.
That's actually probably more useful than goodbye.
Or ciao.
Yeah, you can do ciao.
Ciao, ahoy.
I don't like ciao.
Sometimes they say both. Yeah, I usually prefer ahoy because it sounds cool.
And it's more
Ahoy.
local.
And they
a lot
have
of people use ciao.
they have a rhythm of saying it. I don't have it
Do
completely.
they sing it a
down.
little bit?
Ahoy,
Oh, I like that.
Oh, yeah.
ahoy, ciao,
It's not.
ahoy.
They're not like sailors. Ahoy.
Aye, matey, ahoy. Yeah, no.
Although
Ahoy.
a lot of them look like sailors.
Yeah.
There are a lot of
We saw a couple at Usudu the
there are
other
a lot
night,
of tough
for
looking
sure.
dudes here. That's for sure.
Right.
That dude was ready to fight.
He was.
Yeah, he was
Probably eats nails for breakfast.
doing some shadow boxing.
Shadow boxing, also the like best drunk sway.
Yeah, a powerful drunk
Lean.
sway.
Oh, definitely.
I don't
What
know
are some
how
other words, though? We've covered please, thank you,
Yeah, please, thank you.
hello and goodbye, informal, ahoy.
ahoy.
If you meet, you just got to make some Czech friends. See, if they're not friends with you, I wouldn't say ahoy. But if you're on a first name basis with them,
What do you say if not
nasradano.
Nascradano?
Oh, I have a perfect one.
Nascradano.
I have a
Nasradano.
I have a good one.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Don't worry about that one. So you order a beer, which is how do you say beer?
Pivo.
But before you drink that beer, you cannot.
Oh, it's
Take a
the
sip of the
cheersing
beer.
thing.
Yeah.
It's the
It's tricky to say as well.
is it-
Nah.
No, I don't fucking know.
Nazdravi.
Nazdravi.
That was good.
Yeah, that was great.
Nazdravi.
I mean, this is. Also, I'm saying it. I don't speak it either.
And
so
it means
sounds
like
good to
to
me.
your health. Nasdravi.
right. Right.
Nazdravi.
As you drink down a pint of beer.
Right, exactly.
Or in this case, I'm having some water with some. I'm having some water with some Pedialyte.
Oh yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
Fighting
Huge
the with Pedialyte. So I've mentioned that Pedialyte has recently took to marketing towards drunks like us, and they
Speak for yourself, Jared.
Right?
they market towards
Alcoholics.
Yeah, sorry, we're classy.
We go to A&A sometimes.
AA, you don't even know it's
AA.
called.
You don't even know AA. We're talking to Ann Arbor? We don't know.
And so, what the hell was I talking about?
Pedialyte adults.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Hangovers. God, we get distracted.
So yeah, they've been marketing to. I forgot what I was going to say. They've been marketing to adults, but there was more after that, and I totally forgot. It
and
doesn't-
you drank it this morning.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say. So it's a great hangover cure, but can it be used as a preventative measure? Like if you chug down, say, one of those beforehand, will that help you fight it after, or does it not work like
I don't
that?
see why not.
It'll help. I mean, you're just putting more electrolytes in your body and things
Okay.
that kind of like indirectly hydrate you. So you're hydrated going into it. If you come off of like, oh, I had a few beers at lunch, then no water, you're a little bit more dehydrated, and you'll get drunker quicker. So it'll kind of like slow it down and maybe be an easing point. Also make you a little bit more full. Don't drink as much.
There you go.
That's true. All right,
Drink responsibly, kids.
Do not drink and drive.
that too. But we're in Europe, so that's an. Oh, how?
Whoa. We're in Europe, so that's
So it's
You
we
can
have
get around
great public
without a car.
transportation.
Oh yeah, I thought you were about to say I'll drink and drive out here. I'm like, Jesus,
No,
I do not want to be on these roads. I don't know these
No,
people.
it's very easy. Not
Oh, I
there's
love
no
it.
excuse not
Yeah,
to,
there's
to be
no
drinking and
need to
driving.
drive.
Yeah,
and that's one thing.
it's more of a hassle, honestly.
Right.
That's one thing I want to call out is I like cities like this. So currently I live in San Francisco. I'm a little bit, it's too big of a city for me. And I'm realizing it's because there's like only like two main ways of public transit and they're not great. And you're in like a concrete jungle where with the trains here and the tubes and metro and buses, it's so accessible to get around.
It's pretty extensive. You
Yeah.
you can
And
get
it's
just about
very
anywhere.
affordable.
like,
Yeah.
if any city in America had something like that,
New York does, but
it's not great.
Chicago.
Chicago.
Chicago's okay, but they have
Philly is not good for the
No,
how
Philly's
big that city is.
Detroit. They got
Hey,
buses, don't they?
they got the
Smart bus.
No, they got the Woodward line going.
Oh, they
One
do.
rail
That's cool.
thingy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's built.
yeah,
Is it like the monorail thing?
yeah, monorail.
Oh, that's awesome.
so
I
much-
didn't
Yeah,
know.
that is
It
pretty
literally
cool.
just goes up and down
I
Woodward.
haven't been back to that area since last time I was in Michigan. I was in Ann Arbor.
Yeah,
I mean, Ann Arbor and East Lansing both have good bus systems.
But Ann Arbor is
Yeah.
also not
They're
like
okay.
it's not
I've
a
never used it in Ann Arbor.
yeah, and he's lived there his entire life.
Like,
so,
I used
You've
it like
also
a-
had a car.
but that speaks to his point though. I mean, if he's
Right.
lived there his entire life and never used it, then it's not
and
that
I
great of a
and I
system.
moved to San Francisco to use public transit. Like I love the fact I don't have a car.
Because someone that lives in Prague almost can't say that they've lived in Prague or just any sort of big city, European city,
And say they didn't rely on Muni somehow.
or have never used a
Right.
public transportation.
Sure. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nastravi. That was
Nastravi.
I think that's probably enough. One, you're only gonna be here for 2 more days, and two, it seems like you forget every word as soon as it goes out of your mouth. But I'll give you this. You know, I gave you shit, but it is like it's such a tough, difficult language.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
like half of the mouth forms, like there are some words that Chad tells me, like what's the zhizhika?
Raricha.
Yeah, like I just quit. I'm like I can't do it. No, I'm not
It's
gonna
got
try.
two of the r, and that's why it's difficult.
So what are we missing? Any jokes of the pod?
Not today.
Don, any jokes of the pod?
Nope.
Any quotes of the pod? Don, I want you to give us a quote of the pod and just sum up your trip with here in Europe.
Ooh, so far. Well, I think this trip is like easily like top 2 right now.
Ooh, we're gonna get that number 1.
Yeah,
place,
what's it
Jared.
battling against?
You're battling against Bali, bro.
Okay, that's,
Oh, we'll beat it.
yeah, we can
Sorry,
beat that.
it.
We got another day and a half.
By the way, highly recommend go to Bali. It was a great time.
Okay.
I think one of the things that makes it key is I'm traveling with friends, and that makes every place more approachable. You have someone to fit in with, and you just have like your buddies. And it also works out well that I miss you guys a lot. Not to be too bromantic here,
You
but
can get romantic.
but
do you know who you're talking to?
Spread that love.
Yeah, do you know who you're talking?
Spread a little love.
I'm glad that you noticed it, Jared. You almost missed doing the drop.
It's usually I have it set up like perfectly right
Yeah.
in front of
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, we're coming to you in a whole new place.
Mobile
and time right
mobile
now.
studios.
That's right.
Yeah, I really like that aspect. It makes me more comfortable, relaxed.
Yeah.
I really love the public transit. I just love getting around on that, like trying to rely as little as I can on a car.
I'm gonna be interested to see how. Well, maybe we can recap and get you back on because I'm interested to see. Maybe in a month or so because I want to know how your Spain trip goes because
good.
That'll be trickier, I think.
yes because you don't know any Spanish I assume.
Nope.
And that's what's good about you coming here is because obviously you don't need Czech either, but you have Chad and he can help us out.
I try.
But the Spanish people are also known for not having great English.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
No, I'm not concerned for you, but I'm just interested to see how you.
It'll be a journey.
Yeah,
Trust me, my first couple weeks here, when I was, mostly by myself, trying to use the little bit of Czech I could, there were definitely some difficult points where I didn't get what I needed to get.
Yeah.
And so just be ready for that, but I'm sure you'll do great.
Yeah,
It'll be fun.
I'm not too worried. I honestly think it's gonna be really fun for me because like I'm a social butterfly. Now you go to a city where I don't know the language.
And
nor know-
Barcelona is a tourist city too.
Yeah, so like I'll be able to wander and fuck it maps off as much as I want. I cannot wait for that challenge.
Hashtag maps off challenge.
That's the way to do it.
Well, and to our Instagram, Chad sitting in the if you get your phone working, Chad
we'll see
while
about
he's
that.
sitting in the bar sipping on his first pivo, will send us the picture of the map and also post that map picture on our Instagram, Untranslatable Podcast, so you guys can also see the route that Don and I are fighting over.
Yeah, you can get real time updates.
Here we go.
So once we start the challenge, I'll text Chad and say, "Hey, post that picture," because
Oh, man. I'm going to have to wait outside the bar.
because
Once
it's in
again,
a
it's a
basement.
basement bar.
Well,
And so
but
I
you
won't
already
have
know what it,
service.
you already know
we
what
just got a hint. Oh, yes, we do know.
Good
the
luck. Yeah, good luck. There's so many basement bars.
I know.
in
I was
Prague.
like, damn it, we narrowed it down. No, we didn't.
Right.
But you'll know before you get into the bar where we're going. So just do it before we get in
Oh,
there.
that's true.
You can give some live updates. You can like
I think I won't get any updates.
Yeah, because
I'll have
once he's
no
in the bar,
service.
he should
you
be
won't
waiting
have
for us in the
service.
bar.
Oh, that's
Service.
even better.
Yeah.
The suspense.
So you guys really have to
Oh,
find
fuck.
me.
That's another thing I liked about Usudu.
Usudu, yeah.
Is that it is in a cave, and so there's no signal, and so it kind of
You got to talk.
it
It's
forces
great.
people not to look at their phone, although they do have Wi-Fi.
And also,
found out.
I was shocked. There was so much smoke.
yeah.
A lot of people smoke cigarettes here.
If
A lot.
if you
Yeah.
were here, at least when I lived in Germany, the rules on smoking inside a restaurant were way more lax.
Yeah.
And so you couldn't,
Yeah, it was bad.
like if it was a Friday or Saturday night, you're coming home fully smelling like a cigarette,
yeah, no matter where you
head
went.
to toe, in your hair.
I mean, I remember having specific clothes in Austria to like go out in because I knew they'd get smoky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned that one. My jacket just reeks after last night.
Yeah,
Right.
that'll happen. But
Yeah.
in a weird way, even though I'm not like a like I'll if someone passes me like one of their not a cigarette, I actually hate cigarettes. I would never smoke a cigarette. But they also do like those pre-rolled cigarette thingies. And if someone were to pass it to me, I would like take a drag off of it. But I don't like it per se. But I don't mind the you have asthma, so it's different. But I don't really mind that environment, even though it destroys my
Oh,
clothes.
the cigarette smoke.
It's easy
Yeah.
to be sociable in because people are smoking cigarettes. If you want in on a conversation, you can ask for one.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I-
you're not wrong.
But yeah, so we'll figure it out.
Fuck it, maps off.
I'm
Yeah.
excited for this challenge.
I am very excited.
but
for the Maps
also
Off challenge as well.
one thing that I would just want to bring up. I had a drop I thought of.
Okay.
This is
Пожалуйста.
this is one that you know about, but I don't know if I've talked about on the pod before.
Slipping on gator piss.
Yep, slipping on a lot of gator piss. The juice is flowing tonight.
I've heard this one.
That's a drop.
I've heard that one before.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know the backstory on it, but Jared and I were in New York?
Yeah.
And we're walking through, like, we just get to a bar, we're walking through the restaurant, and all we hear is this guy, I don't know who he was talking to, just gets to the bar and goes, "The juice is flowing tonight." And then I swear he, like, clapped afterwards.
There's always, we were at like one of those.
Must
like,
have been a cool guy.
we were at one of the like trendy sort of New Yorky kind of bars. There's always that at least one sort of old, because he was probably like in his 60s at the.
I think maybe 70s.
There's always that one older dude in there, but I'll give him credit. He was having a good time. Clearly, the
Yeah.
juice was flowing. He wasn't wrong. It was a great time.
Oh, that was a great evening.
Was that the place that had the pool table,
No.
or that might have been a rooftop bar?
No, rooftop bar was the one when it was snowing. That, by the way, check out those pictures. We'll
I
post
saw
them at
that on
some
your
point.
computer too.
Yeah.
That was on one of your
We went to
screensavers.
this bar, like one of the most gorgeous pictures.
Have you
can
seen? You saw this picture on Facebook? I'll show you, but you can explain it while I show him.
So the picture is we are at this rooftop bar in New York in the middle of winter, and it is
All right.
snowing.
Oh,
so we're
cool.
up on the top. I think we're like 40, 50 floors up.
Something crazy.
And,
like
Whoa.
and the bar's open. There's heaters, and it's outside, but they have little like igloo things that you can go into groups.
Okay.
And within
Oh,
those, you
sweet.
just drink, but you can see out. It's cool colors. You have
That's awesome.
But the view is amazing. We could see the Chrysler Building just in the background,
nice.
and it just with all this snow coming through. We're
that's cool.
talking big flakes.
Yeah, and it was great. And the those tents, because they had little space heaters in them,
We're perfect.
it was comfortable. I took off my jacket and was just wearing a sweater in there.
Yeah,
and it was a super cool place that I can't find on Don's Instagram right now. But I'll show you after. No one's listening can see it anyway.
Nice.
I'll show you
Yeah.
after.
That's good though. The juice is flowing tonight.
Or
Yeah.
just the juice is flowing.
Yeah.
Like if you go look on Instagram and hashtag the juice is flowing and the juice is flowing tonight, you will find some posts.
Do you subscribe to that? The juice is flowing just in
I'm
case.
the only
anyone else-
one who I think posts like the juice is
Oh,
flowing
I'm gonna have
tonight.
to subscribe to that one. That's a good one.
I also subscribe now. I just learned you could subscribe to those things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I subscribe to a lot of
Subscribe
dogs.
to Untranslatable
Nice.
Podcast. Hashtag Untranslatable Podcast.
One more
right.
time.
Hashtag Untranslatable Podcast.
Пожалуйста.
Who's saying that?
My buddy
His buddy David.
Oh, for some reason that's how I imagine Brad to sound if he spoke a different language.
Remember we were talking about his friend that was in Russia?
Yeah.
This is Russian. That's to him.
Shout out to David.
Yeah. Shout out to David.
Oh, there's one more thing.
Go for it, man.
The water bottle.
Oh yeah. So you put it up so the camera can see.
Well,
You-
first of all, can I mention I am just flabbergasted by Don's ability to travel for 3 weeks with these 2 bags.
yeah. I mean, and Chad, who's already an Osprey brand ambassador.
That's right.
Don stepped up the brand ambassador to a level that
New
just
level.
put Chad
Whole
to
new level.
shame.
Yep.
He got the double. So explain. I don't even know how to explain it. You can just go get it. Also.
We'll get later.
Okay.
It's not closed.
Oh, right,
You
this-
check out the gram and Twitter. You'll
Yeah.
see pictures of this
Don's
bag.
stuff is splattered all over the place.
Yeah, it's not good sighted.
Wiggity splatter.
But it's basically a backpack that has a duffel bag that attaches to the outside of it. So it's called the Duplex 65. And so the
It sounds like a washer machine. Or
60
something.
Or a wrestling move.
Oh yes.
Or a wrestling
That's even
move.
better.
Duplex 65. I can't do it. Oh yeah, did you guys ever wrestle?
I mean,
Wrestle?
obviously, like with my friends, but not.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back, it's a backpack in the first portion where it has like one main big zipper area that can hold a laptop, and you can hold like 2 or 3 days worth of clothes in there easy. 2 other accessible outside pockets, but then what it has is basically a duffel bag. Ding. Jared's too into the gram to even.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Ding. You didn't even. No. Oh man, love line. I said ding. I said basically. And
Oh,
there's
I'm
nothing there.
sorry. Clearly, I wasn't listening.
He
then.
was not listening.
Yeah, you caught me in my lie.
Caught him.
Because I do love,
Call dead ass out.
I do love that
Ooh, could be
reference.
another one. If someone
Relax,
calls
Don.
you out. Hey, I'm just trying to do it for the gram, bro.
My soundboards is going to be all Don.
It's the plan, man. But yeah, so it has a duffel bag that attaches to the outside of the backpack. It is the perfect carry-on size. Literally fits right in like they made it for it, which they did. And it can fit like 3 weeks worth of stuff. I plan to do some laundry, but I have everything you can need to be from Barcelona to Northwest Ireland.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and I'm pretty excited. And for some reason, I accidentally brought my climbing shoes. Forgot that they were attached to the bag.
There you go.
Which,
But the other thing you brought is also this water bottle.
oh yeah, my hydro.
Now, if I'm not, can I just? I want you to explain it, but can I first ask if I'm not mistaken? This is not your first one.
No, this is something I do.
Explain it, because
Okay.
I remember. But
Yeah.
it's very interesting that you thought to do this. I like it.
I think like 2 years ago, I had like this water bottle. And I would go places like, what do you go get when you go to different places? I just started to get stickers because I put them on my laptop. So I started putting them on a water bottle because I had stickers from stuff. And it's like, it's cheap, it's quick, it's easy, and it's memorable. And it's something I haven't seen many people do. People do one of them, but what I did is I made one for 2017. I have one for 2018. I have one for 2019.
Cool. Yeah.
And so then this is my utility one, where this is like my daily driver, because the like the 2017 to 18, those are up on a shelf. I'm not touching those unless you need to. They're kind of art. They're a talking point because you can look at them and be like, hey, what did you do in 2017? Toss them by, they can look at it.
What are some of your favorite stickers from not even just from this one, but just from all of your some of your standout stickers that you love to look at, or coolest looking ones? Or the ones that make you the most nostalgic?
It's trips, man. It's trips with friends. That's really what it is. Like there's one, Salt Lake City was a great trip with Patrick and Rachel. We just went there for a weekend to go skiing and some climbing. It was a great time. A lot of memories.
Fun, yeah, sounds like fun.
And so that's one of them. I mean, there's another one on here. The SFPD junior officer.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, a pretty big deal. So that's on that earned the 2 water bottle one. If it goes on 2 water bottles, it means I'm really proud of it, or I really
wow.
like it. So it goes on my.
Are there
utility
any that
one.
are on 3?
No, nothing gets the 3-peat.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. But yeah, so they have just a range. I got a larger 40 ounce, I think, one this year, and I can put bigger stickers on it. It's larger, so it'll take more to fill up, which I'm looking forward to. I preloaded a few on it, just because I don't know, went back to Michigan. Didn't know the next time I'd do some breweries.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one's special. I really like it. So it's Black Diamond. Shout out to my buddy Zach. He got me into climbing. He's getting me back into outdoorsy sports. He also works at BD. Just gotta give him a little shout out.
What's
Show a little
BD?
love.
Black Diamond.
Oh, Black Diamond.
Sorry, I'm not hip.
Yeah, it's okay. So I have this one, and then right underneath it is my Michigan sticker. It is the state of Michigan, the outline like it is on a map. Amazing blue. Then I have the Golden Gate Bridge, just because I spent a lot of time at SF.
You betcha.
These things crack me up when we're in person. It's so much easier when we're not next to each other. I see Jared just waiting to end it and push the button.
It's not as fun when we are in person to do the drops, because you can see my hesitation and my hands hovering.
I'm like,
over
which
them.
one is he going for? This could take a weird turn.
Definitely. Yeah.
I like to just surprise you guys.
Yeah, one for San Francisco, and then the recent addition, Supreme. I heard that's a trendy brand.
Yeah.
I did some research.
I think they have like a red thing on their shirt, maybe.
Yeah, something like this.
Okay.
Aren't they like isn't it like hard to like they put them out and then like there's a limited amount of
Certain things, yes.
Oh, but not like a sticker like that.
No, so there's only like this is all something I just like heard there was a Supreme store in London. Like, hey, might as well go check it out. Never owned it. So I went there. I'm like, what's a good thing to get?
Did you get that cool looking black guy to point up, or was he just that was candid? In the picture, there's like this cool dress,
yeah.
like looking sharp as shit, pointing up like that at the Supreme sign.
I don't know if he did it because I started to take a picture, but he came out and he was talking to me when he did it. So he
Okay.
might have.
Because
But it could have been
Nice. Nice.
candid. But yeah,
Candid
so,
photos are the best for sure.
and we have a
check
lot
out
of
the
those.
Untranslatable podcast.
I know we dropped it a
Instagram.
lot, but I think I'm challenging these guys, us as a group, and these two to throw very good daily summary posts the day after, where you throw everything that we did. Just really,
I've been doing that.
Like not a story, but like a.
I've been doing that.
Oh yeah, hey Jared, I appreciate this.
Yeah, I've been
Jared
doing
knows
that.
what he's doing.
I
He's
mean,
a
I have a
professional.
Komatov. That's why I want you to airdrop me the Komatov pictures. I'm gonna do it after this.
We got some cool stuff coming for today.
Komatov is a cool little town, dude. We didn't even
love
talk
it.
about this. One it was cool to one it was cool to just see how you live and where you live, and you know I see you sitting in one spot through a computer screen and it's like, oh,
6
so this is what it
months.
looks like 6 inches to the left of
Right.
of your computer screen. It's so cool. It's just cool to see your area, and it's cool to you showed us around. You showed us some of your favorite bar, which was really cool.
Highlight. Check it out.
What's it called?
I don't know.
Chikarna.
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 You showed us your school where you work, which is cool. It's got that's the thing about Europe. Even just like a quote unquote normal school building is looks like like a historical art.
Yeah.
I feel bad they painted some places.
No,
Like,
I think that's great.
no, I think it's great, but also like see it in the original form. Granted, where this country did come from, it probably
Well,
wasn't all that.
do you know what the original form was?
It was just like gray.
Yeah, I feel like this place would look depressing AF.
A lot of
if it was
gray.
just all gray.
Yeah.
And I do like how it's the mix of. There are still some buildings that are not gray. I like the color. I like what it represents. For one, can you explain it so I don't butcher it?
You explain it, and then I'll add anything
So at
if
least
you butcher it.
Chad mentioned to me that the reason that they paint the buildings it's kind of like a rebellion against the communist past.
Well, I think not only that, but if you just think about if you've had boring gray buildings for years and years,
Yeah.
what are you going to do once?
That's
once
true.
Yeah. Because I'm not sure. I don't know what the laws were, what the rules were under communism, where they might have not, painted the buildings all these crazy colors. I highly doubt it.
Oh, you don't think there was rules not allowing them to paint buildings back then?
I mean, I'm sure they had to be probably up to a certain code or color or something. I would think because
They have 6 approved shades of gray.
probably.
Are you about to talk about that? Oh, okay. I think we just did a podcast right there.
Seems like it.
The juice was flowing.
Yeah.
That is true.
Jared again babied a beer for how long was this?
An hour and 35 minutes.
I have never met two slow ass
And this is
drinking.
I shared it with
motherfuckers.
Chad.
Because we're
dude.
here to enjoy it. Yeah, we split it.
It's the one thing that I know, like I just inhale liquids, and I think you guys are seeing it, and it's not good with like Guinness here because that just goes down like.
Yeah, and it's a heavy beer.
Yeah, I can just fly. Like I'm already almost done with this hydro flask that was full, and I just like.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it.
You're very hydrated. You never get headaches.
I really hate hangovers.
They're bad.
I had a bad one last week, so that's why I'm doing this.
I think we're in post-show talk right now. I'm just kidding.
That's
No,
Maybe post-show talk.
no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, please.
Yeah,
Take
well,
it from there, Chad.
it's been a pleasure having both of you here, doing this podcast in person for once. Hopefully, in the near future, we will also be doing that. So
You betcha.
keep your eyes out on our Instagram, Untranslatable Podcast. Check out our song of the pod today by the group Jungle. The song is called The Heat or The Heat? The Heat or Heat.
The heat.
I think it's the heat.
The Heat.
Heat.
So check that out on our Twitter, Untranslatable1, or on our YouTube channel where you can see Don and Jared's beautiful face and my
Spread a
lovely
little
bearded
love.
face. And yeah, it's been really great. I'm really excited to be able to share some Czech culture and random tidbits with both of you that we were also able to share with our listeners out there.
Quirky.
And I think possibly or Friday before you guys leave, I'm going to give you guys a little Czech test.
Parada.
So we'll see. I think we'll have to make the rules a little different because you've been listening to this podcast with me and speaking a little bit of Czech a lot more. So you're going to have to produce more words
I
than
still
Don
don't
will.
remember. I just know Pivo.
You already know one. That's perfect.
Also, when I edit
Dobre den.
Yeah,
the podcast,
see, you already know 3 words right there.
when I edit the podcast, I rewind through that section and listen to it and quiz myself
Yeah.
while I edit. It takes me
Exactly.
way longer. Just 'cause
Exactly.
I'm trying to learn some Czech.
And the other thing I would love to hear from our listeners is, Don mentioned that he uses the water bottle as kind of a way to commemorate things he's done in places he's been, especially with his travels. I would love to hear from all of you. What do you like to do to commemorate your travels? I actually thought about, I haven't done this yet, but I might do this before I leave. Buy a guitar strap and get a bunch of patches
Yes.
and put the patches on the guitar
cool.
strap.
That's cool.
Oh, so you didn't mention patches. For things I think that are really cool, I only have one sticker for it.
Okay.
Or not sticker,
A patch?
patch.
Also-
It's for hiking Mount Whitney. I put that in my backpack. I was very proud of that.
Oh,
That's
nice.
awesome.
In winter, in a lot of snow.
That's crazy. That's
died,
awesome.
Someone did die the day we went. It was not safe.
Ooh,
But
jeez.
Made
Glad you made it out. Yeah.
But it wasn't me, so
Yeah.
Right.
Let me just do it again this next year during the same time, and that's what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Except
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. The juice is flowing. Yeah, and it's just been great. So we hope you've enjoyed this episode, learned some random Czech tidbits, also gotten to experience some of Don's insight into expectations in Europe. Mm-hmm. And it's been a lot of fun. So thank you guys. We thank all of you out there for supporting the Untranslatable podcast. And as we say here on the Untranslatable podcast,
Dziękujemy.
that was terrible.
we ended the Dziękujemy was strong though. I agree.